Okay, ladies. Assalamu alaikum. For this lab, inshallah, lab 9, we will be doing VPN using IPsec between router 1 and router 3. This is lab 9. Okay. Now, as you know, the internet by itself is not secure. The IP is not a secure protocol. It's a best effort. So in order to secure our connection, it's like if I have a head office and branches, we can do a VPN connection using IPsec. This is what we'll be doing, inshallah, in this lab. Now, to configure a VPN, we need to accomplish 4 steps. The first step is we need, first of all, to create an extended access list to determine, as I mentioned earlier today, what is the interest traffic for me. Like in this case here, I have a traffic. My VPN will go if the traffic is between R1 and R3. So I have to create a VPN, an access list, to determine or to filter the traffic that is interesting for me to send through the VPN tunnel. This blue link is called the tunnel, VPN tunnel. Okay. So the first step is create extended ACL. Second step is to create IPsec transform, all the parameters, ISA, KMP, phase 2, policy. Okay. The third step is to create the crypto map. And the fourth step is to apply the crypto map to the public interface. Okay. So let's get started. So let's click on router 1. Share router 1. Okay, this is my router 1. Takes time to refresh. Okay. Password is CISCO. The password is CISCO, okay, small letters. Now, if I do CISCO, show run, show version, because I need to know if the security module is installed or not. Okay, you see here, the security module is security K9, evaluation security K9. Okay, so we have to make sure that it is installed and it is up to date. So to do that, in case in your file, maybe it's not installed or there is not an up-to-date module. So to do that, we have to enter a command and then save it to the startup configuration of the router, and then reload the router. Okay. So the command to add the security module, we call it security technology package license activation. Okay. And the command is let me just type it for you on the router, and you can see what I'm talking about. And by the way, we have to do this for both routers. So config T or config terminal, enter, and then the command is license boot module C2900 technology package security K9, and then hit enter. Okay, accept, yes. All right. Now I need to copy or exit from here first. Copy running configuration to start up configuration. Yes. And then reload the router. Yes. Takes time. Enter. CISCO. CISCO again. Show run. So show version. Okay, so now it is there. The technology package license, actually it was there because I did it before, but just to examine the steps. Okay. So now that we have verified that we have installed this on router 1, when we start working on router 2 also we have to do this step, okay? Okay, as I mentioned before, the first step is to create the access list to filter the traffic or to find out our interesting traffic. So I will write for you the access list and I will explain it also. The purpose of the access list, we will give it a number 110, is to identify the traffic from the LAN on router 1 to the LAN on router 3 as interesting. So this interesting traffic will trigger the IPsec VPN to be implemented. Whenever only there is a traffic between R1 and R3. If the traffic is going from router 1 to router 2, it will not trigger VPN, okay? Which is very logical. So we will add the access list command to router 1. Also, we have to do config t, config terminal. And then this is my access list. Okay, there is some just trying to troubleshoot the command, what went wrong. Router 1. Okay. What happened here is, let me just explain to you. Here we have our command access list. We need to add the wild mask at the end. The wild mask is the opposite of subnet mask. And when you are creating access list, we use wild mask. I will run a small tutorial on creating access list, but after we finish the VPN. I think you have studied it in your networking fundamentals, but it does not matter. I will give you a quick revision on creating access list, okay? But after we do our main work. So this is my wild mask. Now it will work. So now we have defined our interesting traffic. Let me make sure just that it is recording. Good. All right. Now we will start configuring the ISA KMP phase 1 properties on router 1. Okay. So these are the commands to configure. First command is to create the policy, crypto ISA KMP policy 10. The crypto key will be CISCO. Okay. How did we get this information? It is given to us in the table. If you look in the table on top, in the documentation, it is mentioning the parameters for the ISA KMP. Even in the other exercise or in the practical, it will be given. Okay. And for the encryption, we will be using AES. For the encryption, we will be using AES. So let's go to router 1. The command is crypto ISA KMP policy 10. And for the encryption, we are going to use AES. Okay. Any questions so far? Anyhow, at the end, I will also give you time to ask if you have any questions. Just as I mentioned, the main thing is this VPN will not work properly if we don't activate the security package. We have to activate it on router 1 and on router 3. Okay, the second command is to run the authentication pre-share key. So authentication pre-share, okay. Create a group or initiate a group 2. Then exit. .2.2.2 is my destination address for the ISA KMP. Okay. So here I have to do the crypto command, crypto ISA KMP key CISCO, and again CISCO is given to us in the given table 10.2.2.2. all right, just let me make sure that the given information is correct. All right. Next step is we are going to configure ISA KMP phase 2 properties on router 1. Okay. So we will create the transform set, VPN-set, and we will instruct it to use ESP3DES and ESP-SHA-HMAC. Have you learned about this in your cryptography a bit? Were you introduced, or maybe not yet? Yeah, SHA. Yeah. Yeah, good. So you learned about that. Very good. Good. Okay, so now all what we do here is we are going to configure the ISA KMP phase 2 properties on router 1. Okay, so let's do the command crypto IPsec transformation transform set, and then VPN dash set PSP triple this and PSP dash SHA. Again, also this information is given to you in the table. Okay. Now we are going to do the crypto map, the third step. Crypto map VPN map in IPsec ISA KMP. Because we are using IPsec. There are other protocol suites to do VPN, by the way. We will study this in the theory part. But for the lab, we are doing only lab on IPsec. Yeah, that's fine. Of course, it's still disabled until we configure everything. Okay, now we exit. Not yet. Let's give it a description. Okay, so we'll say description. Okay, VPN connection to router 3. VPN connection to router, or you can write any description that you think is helpful for you. Okay, and then we set the peer. By the way, sometime in the practical, in the questions, they will give you a set of VPN command, but then tell you why the VPN is not working, and there is a mistake, or there is one of the steps is not configured properly, such as the set peer. Okay, 2.2.2, and set that transform set VPN dash set also. Okay, and here we are going to match address 110. Match address 110. And if you remember, 110 is our access list. So only the address that match, the traffic that match our access list, it will be allowed into this VPN. As simple as that. Okay? And then we exit. Now we are going to configure the crypto map on the outgoing interface. Where is my outgoing interface on router 1? It is on S0/0/0. So I'm going to call this interface S0/0/0, and then crypto map VPN map. See, now it is on. Now we are going to do similar steps on router 3. First thing is we are going to configure router 3 to support a site-to-site VPN with router 1. Okay. So let me share with you my router 3. You cannot see router 3 yet. I will have to share it first. Okay, now you will be able to see it. Password is Cisco. Enable Cisco again. So basically we are doing the same steps. We are applying almost the same steps on router 3, with the only difference is the parameters. Okay. So we are going to configure the crypto ISA KNP policy 10 properties on router 3. We will use the same shared crypto key, of course, Cisco. So let's do it. Configure terminal. Okay. Crypto ISA KNP. Okay. Policy 10, of course, we have to use the same set. ISA crypto ISA. What happened? Why it did not work? You have to. Who can tell me why? Here, who's always helping us here in this class? Very good, because you have to activate the security module. Is this what you wanted to say, right? Yes. You have to activate the security package like we did on router 1. Because if I do now, if I exit from here, I do show version. You will find that your security is disabled, so it will not run. So let's do the command. Okay, let's do the command to configure, to activate the security package on router 1. I have done this command before on router 1, so we need just to do the same activation command, okay? Just hold on, please. We have to exit. Go to the did not save the command. Okay, no problem. So let's do the command one more time. License boot module, it's the same command. Okay. Config terminal, and then license and activate, yes. Okay. Done. All right, now if I run the command, oh, sorry, we are rushing things, it will not work if we rush. We need to save it and then reload the router. So that's good troubleshooting, okay? So we can do copy, run to start. Okay, yes. Now reload. Do reload, because we are on a different level. Yes. All right. Password is Cisco. Enable Cisco. Config T. By the way, if I do show version now, just to verify. Okay, see now it is there. This is the one. Security package. Good. It's activated. We are okay. All right. Config T. Now we do the first step. First of all, we need what to do on router 3. We said the first step is to assign the interesting traffic for us. Okay, which is we are going to use access list for simplicity. Access list 110. Okay. Permit IP traffic only 192.168.3.0, and then our wildcard mask, which is the opposite of subnet mask. Okay, and 192, that's the destination, 168.1.0 with the wild mask 0.0.0.255. Okay, done. So this is the first step. Second step is we are going to configure the ISA KMP phase 1. So let's enter the command crypto ISA KMP policy, then encryption EES. Of course, we have to match. Oops. We have to match the encryption there on the other side. Okay, encryption AES. Crypto ISA KMP policy 10. Yes. What's the problem? I'm just troubleshooting to see what's the problem here. Yeah, now it took it. It did not take it the first time. I think maybe I didn't hit enter. Okay, encryption AES, now it should work. So because we are now in one level up, we are inside the ISA KMP. Okay, now we are going to do the authentication pre-share because they need to exchange the pre-authentication, the two routers. So authentication pre-share, okay, group 2, and then exit. By the way, these parameters, they are given in the ISA KMP table on top. If you look at the table on top, you will find these parameters. Okay. Now we are going to set the ISA KMP key to Cisco. So crypto ISA KMP key Cisco address 10.1.1.2. Okay, done. Now we are then going to configure ISA KMP phase 2 properties on router 1. Okay, so please go ahead again to router 1. Can you check what we have?